Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome to our weekly meditations for the soul. In this present cycle of meditations, we are focusing on the emergence of the soul into human awareness and the livingness of the realm of souls. As the external world continues to decline, it is critical to recognize the new realities emerging at this turning point in our evolution. Although these subtle plane realities can only be perceived through the eyes of the awakened soul at present, they will form the foundation of humanity's future. It is prophesied in the ageless wisdom teachings that the new world will be born from a relationship between evolving human beings and illumined beings in the spiritual realm. Toward that end, the elders who guide our initiative have transmitted a small book outlining the path that leads the dedicated soul into the spiritual kingdom. For the current cycle of weekly meditations, we will draw on this text and explore the true nature of the path by which humanity will create the world we all long for. Please join us in building a bridge to our future. Our program will last about 30 minutes. Please keep your microphones muted and your videos off during the program. A reading from spiritual elders will be followed by the meditation, which will begin and end with a gentle bell. We will close with a few words and music. We invite you to focus your attention inward in preparation for the meditation. Let us begin.
Words from our spiritual elders who guide our work. The seeker advances through stages of growth to reveal the soul's inherent capacity. In the beginning, treading the path depends upon personal motivation to discover a reliable source of higher truth and apply that truth to life. It progresses with persistence in developing regular practices and disciplines, and a conscious willingness to cleanse the outer vehicle, thus transforming the suffering of the burning ground into a field for burnishing the light of wisdom. However, from the very start of the search for light, beyond the limits of the concrete world, the higher self begins to make its presence felt. This long dormant aspect of self begins to speak to the personality and guide its steps towards greater light through silent cues and signs. Although the source of this guidance is not consciously recognized. The individual will think in terms of having good ideas and experiencing helpful encounters out of the blue. Step by step, in diverse ways, the awakening soul learns to recognize the existence of higher worlds. The new booklet, Unveiling the Spiritual Path, was given to humanity at this time by great souls as a bridge to the future. The new world of the Aquarian age will be built from the consciousness of the human soul in cooperation with members of the realm of souls. The spiritual path offers the awakening soul a doorway into a higher realm of consciousness. By treading this path, what began long ago as a dim spark within the human being will evolve into a steady light that we recognize as a soul, our higher self. The recognition of the soul marks a significant turning point in the evolution of human consciousness. Souls awaken all over the globe. They are becoming more interested in discovering higher truth. The goal of the spiritual hierarchy has been to open channels of communication for the flow of higher wisdom to enter human awareness. There now exists a level of exposure to light that they can build upon. Their objective is to provide instruction and guidance on the realities of the spiritual realm and the essentials of discipleship living in order to prepare trustworthy co-workers for the birth of the new era. It is our destiny to partner with the spiritual hierarchy in co-creating a new world. As the spiritual path unfolds and the soul infuses the personality, the individual begins to radiate light, love, and wisdom. By the stage when the soul is admitted into the spiritual realm, the individual is transformed into a pillar of truth, becoming an embodiment of light itself. All who tread that path are in the process of constructing a bridge of light that connects the physical realm to the spiritual. Let us pause for a few moments to consider this reality. The bridge of light has been described as a conduit of electrical energy for thought currents to flow between the human and spiritual realms. The purpose is to build communications between these two realms that are a vital part of the plan of evolution for the new era. Establishing this flow of communication requires adjustments from both ends of the bridge. Those within the lower realm must raise their vibrational frequency, while the more evolved lower their frequency temporarily in order to create a stable meeting ground. When the bridge is completed, a door opens for the initiate to enter the next realm of life, which is home to the masters of wisdom. What opens the door is the quality of the soul's light. Let us fall still and visualize a bridge of light connecting our souls to elders in the kingdom of soul. Hold this vision in the mind for a few minutes. At the beginning of the spiritual path, the seeker advances through stages of growth. Success depends on personal motivation to discover a reliable source of higher truth. By applying that truth to life, she or he advances through stages of growth to reveal the soul's inherent capacities. Along with regular practices and disciplines to focus the mind and heart, the aspirant engages in a process of purification. It is a willingness to cleanse the personality of impediments that releases the light of the soul. Eventually, this light grows bright enough to attract a teacher and guide from the higher realms. The brightness of the soul's light indicates to the teacher the seeker's capacity to hold to the straight and narrow path, despite the inevitable tests and trials along the way. We are told that when the aspirant becomes a possible candidate for entry into the higher kingdom, no effort is spared by those who watch and wait to bring this about. The primary means of communication between the teacher in the inner realms and the disciple is telepathy. Once contact is made, the teacher guides the disciple to enable them to hear the messages more clearly. It can take lifetimes for a human being to achieve such a degree of resonance with members of the spiritual realm. But this is the outcome of the path in the grand design. Step by step, in diverse ways, the seeker grows to recognize the reality of his or her own soul and the reality of higher beings in the subtler realms of earth who are guiding them on the path of ascent. Masters of wisdom are always on the lookout for disciples who can work consciously with them to implement aspects of the plan of evolution. Let us fall still for a few moments, silencing the thoughts in our minds and calming the movements in our hearts. Let us listen to the voice of the soul. everything is a manifestation of energy and consciousness. Light is a form of energy that can penetrate multiple dimensions of Earth's life and is blocked only by the density of physical form. What occurs on the spiritual path is a raising of the vibrations of the dense human form, making it penetrable by more refined light. The harmonization of light frequencies is what allows for telepathic communication between a master and a disciple. At a certain point on the path, the soul is capable of radiating its light through the dense physical form. As this light grows, it penetrates the substance of the physical form, transforming the atoms and cells of the body and making it more sensitive to refined expressions of sound, light, and color. The light of the soul transforms the persona into an embodiment of love and wisdom. The increasing sensitivity to the light of the soul reduces the barriers to higher realms, wherein the future of humanity lies. Treading the spiritual path is a means by which humanity will create a truly new world. Without the transformation of consciousness, we will be doomed to repeat the cycles of destruction and dysfunction that have occurred throughout history and are occurring now. As mentioned previously, unveiling the spiritual path was given at this time by the masters of wisdom to clarify the pathway to a new future for humanity. Let us hold to these fundamental truths as we proceed through our daily routines, allowing the higher frequencies of our soul and the guidance of teachers in higher realms to guide our thoughts, words, and actions towards creating a new world. Let us open to this guidance now.
As we return to outer awareness, we give thanks to everyone for being part of this gathering. Meditations for the soul are offered every Wednesday, Thursday in the Asia Pacific at the same time. For information on the Italian meditation, visit our Italian website at it.atreeoflight.org. Let us rest in the joy of the soul as we end with music. Our gathering will now close.